Okay, good morning. It's another day here in paradise. We have been given an opportunity to live on this planet by the Most High. We should thank Him. He has always given us this opportunity to see the day and to enjoy it, to live it and to never fail. He never created man to fail. He created man to succeed and to grow and to be an achiever of greater heights. This should be embedded in the history of a human race, regardless of the race or where you come from or who you are. No matter what you're going through, God is there for you. He loves you. He cares for you. He'll never be defeated. He will always embrace the culture of overwhelming, supreme being in supernatural environment and physical world as well. When I'm standing here with intentions of telling you about good things that are about to come. If you obey His calling and His commandments, because that's what He wants our humankind to do. Sometimes we get astray because we don't know where to start, how to go about it. And this one becomes a hindrance to our blessings. Before you indulge yourself with other activities every single morning, you need to wake up and thank Him for who He is. I'm the seed of Abraham, and I do believe so. It's my responsibility to praise and thank Him every single day. In everything I do, in whatever I say, in every situation I find myself in, these are the things I have to think about. We are living in dangerous times and we cannot live without Him. Unless we believe in other beliefs, because we have different types of people who believes in different things. But me, I believe in the God of Abraham and who He is, and why He created me to be who I am today. I stand here in front of this camera. I urge you all to embrace Him and to thank Him. Regardless of the situation you are in, no matter what you're going through, whether there is income or no income, money or no money, He is there for you. He'll never abandon you. He'll never put you into disarray. He'll always be there. No matter the situation, no matter whatever you're going through. Let's talk of embracing humanity. Let's not talk about divisions. Let's talk about integrations. These are the things. If we talk about them, everything will come to be what's supposed to be. As a human being, we judge others. As a human being, we criticize others. Yes, where we are oppressed, we raise our voice. Particularly, we black people, we have that problem. There are two different regions. We have 3 different regions of black people on this planet. One is in America and the Western world. That is Europe. Those black people who are born and raised there, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th generation, those are not black people anymore. They have been embedded and integrated into the societies of the Western cultures. Those people, to change them to become black people, it would take if it took 10 generations to make them white people in black environment and in black mentality in white minds, then it would take the same time to detox them. That's the first category I'm talking about. We have another category of the black people living in South Africa. South African black people, they are not black people. They are European people, or they are whatever they are, because the system that was imposed on them was a system of oppression and consumerism and materialism and seeking interdependency on corporates to survive and live. And then we have that region of the black people, where now we have the original hardcore black people, typical authentic black marinated people who lives in North Africa, West Africa, and Southern Saharan Africa. These are serious people. That is now the typical black people. There's an African man who got his culture, he speaks his language, he does things his way, and he doesn't hate any black person. Whether you come from Europe, whether you come from South Africa, whether you come from America, whether you come from UK or whenever, whatever. And those people can be found in places like, for instance, we have Swaziland, we have Mozambique, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Zambia, Kenya, Tanzania, Southern Sudan, Congo, Angola, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Mali, Chad, Senegal, Gambia, Togo, Guinea-Bissau, Cote d'Ivoire, that's Ivory Coast. Which other one? Mauritius, Rwanda, Burundi, Central Africa. Those places you will find pure black people, and those black people, they will not segregate you. They will not at any one given time say you are not one of them. They will not be excited to block you from doing what you want to do. They'll be excited to know who are you, how are you, how is Europe, how is America, how is South Africa, how is Caribbean. That's the only place where you find those type of black people. The authentic African black people. They were colonized, but they retained their culture. Materialism was taken away from them, oppression was endorsed in them, but they remained intact and authentic. Those are the only places where even the homes remained intact because of the culture and the customs. Unlike in West, in those areas is where we have abject poverty, but we have yet another growing class of middle class, and infrastructure is developing. Who is to blame for the poverty? The regimes and the former colonial masters. Suppression and oppression decapitated them completely. But they rose. They eat organic food. They farm their own food. They feed their own children with their own sweat. Families are intact. No matter the levels of the poverty, they stick together. They don't give up. They fight. They try their best. Unlike in the West, in Europe, in America, in North America, a black man is oppressed. He cannot access the bank. He cannot go to practice certain kind of profession. It's only reserved for a few. Banks don't favor them. The same case applies to other Africans in Africa, in South Africa. Because those regions I've spoken about, they are regions with the standards, and those standards are set by the capital owner. Unlike in a place like as I have stated, those places you not find somebody caring about who you are. You walk to any bank, you access anything you want. Regardless, as long as you have the collateral, you can be able to access equitably what you want. There's less influence from racism and materialism, entrenched in institutionalized materialism and corporate nepotism. Those things don't exist in those places. In those places I'm talking about, there's what we call implemented indigenization of the arable farming. You farm your own food. You feed from the soil the government gave you independently, and you never bought it. You got it because it's your right. Even if you got 0.05 hectares, that is your right. In those regions I've spoken about, you may find the original seedlings, the farm inputs, they're authentic. It's not corrupted. Nobody is benefiting from commercialization of agriculture and farming, and nobody is taking tax from farming. In those places, they are less hit in the corona. The COVID is less in those areas. It has not entrenched itself. It's not taking shots. And people are not dying like the areas I have spoken about, where we have so much impact because somebody owns the capital, somebody owns that money, somebody owns that land, somebody is feeding you instead of you feeding yourself. So you don't know what they are feeding you, and you don't know when these things start happening, what they are endorsing on you to do in order for you to access where they in public places, in order for you to go to school, in order for you to go to the bank, in order for you to fly, in order for you to move from one country to another. You don't know what they are endorsing. So if they feed you and you wait for them to feed you, employ you and give you credit, then you also don't know what they are endorsing on you as a restriction. We need to have what we call mental therapy. Detox. If you know you're a black person and you don't speak any African language, any African dialect, you're in trouble. Don't call yourself an African. Call yourself a white man because you speak the language of the white man, and it's the one I'm using here, and I'm sorry to do so because I'm using it. I have my own dialect. But I'm using this language because I want to converse to majority of the people and drive the message home in order for many people to understand and comprehend what it is all about. I feel so bad. If you go to the Caribbeans and South America, those are the worst place of the worst you could ever wish to visit as a black, authentic African man. As a Nigerian scholar, or a Ghanaian scholar, or a Kenyan scholar, a Ugandan scholar, or a historian, or a politician, if you visit those places, you will see what I'm talking about. How black people live there. They are marginalized. They have got nothing. They have been put into what we call centralized and controlled breeding zones and habitat zones, respectively designed for them. And the system requires them to live there. Go to Ecuador, go to Panama, go to Nicaragua, go to Uruguay. If you go to those places, you will know and realize what I'm talking about. The oppression which is taking place there of the black people. How oppressed they are. These are the things we need to open up and discuss open-mindedly as black communities. You go to Brazil, the black people live in shambles. They live in dilapidated houses. They don't have access to anything. They are exempted from the system of development completely. You go to Cuba, black people cannot do certain kind of businesses. They have been segregated. They have been put aside. They have been put apart. What are we supposed to do to bring transformation and change? Look at America itself. Black Americans you see today who are already brainwashed, living the life of a white man, they are indigenous native mothers, ancient mothers, whom were ferried from Africa in boats. They embraced a lot in sugar plantations, meaning America was owned by somebody, and somebody capitalized on the black synergy to destroy and to maximize profit at the expense of their presence and masculinity, until they rebelled and became defiant in 1800. Let's have what we call economic transformation, political transformation, synergy of the black people incorporated in Africa. We alienate and alleviate the system of oppression which is Babylonian. We abandoned it. We do what we can do. All-inclusive black, universal black passports, gateways. We do business with black people. I feel so sad. Go to Colombia. You'll see where the black people lives. You'll be shocked. Go to Dominican Republic. Go to Costa Rica. These places is where up to date black people don't have access to certain level of education. And they accepted that. And they live that way. And they don't see anything wrong with it. And they speak Spanish. And if you do their DNA test and ancestral lineage, you'll find that person maybe is from somewhere in Ghana or Congo, where he's supposed to speak the dialect of a respective place of origin, but he doesn't. Where did we go wrong? What do we need to do? How can we transform this? It begins with me and you talking on the YouTube, on the media. I was listening to another conversation on the TV, on the YouTube, or another guy who was elaborating carefully what it means to be a black man in Nicaragua, and how they don't prioritize you regardless of respective of your academic qualification. And it's only recently they started counting them or incorporating their population numbers into their national population registry system. Just recently, even to be recognized after 500 years of being in those places. I feel sorry when I see something like this happen. I feel so much pain, but there's nothing I can do. Only to air my voice. Fight the system from within and outside and expand to the horizon. As I try to maneuver. As I try to maneuver. As I try to maneuver. We need to come up with a solution to this problem. We need to accept ourselves. If this is not the time for the black in diaspora, the Americans and all those in those economies where they have been for hundreds of years, if they are not coming back, we cannot build Africa. Chinese are flooding Africa and they're taking over. Why? Minerals, raw materials to boost the economy back home. Our leaderships in Africa, they have sold out. They have given the sovereign of their countries to new colonial masters. We need to stop this. It will start between me and you and any other person of interest who fails. We need to do something. We cannot continue being in this state. You go to school, you follow European standards. You come to work, you work on inventions of European standards. The system that gauges your worth is the European standard. The regime put in place, constitution was drafted in the back door of the colonial masters. People in power, they're submissive to their master colonial masters. So, where is identity of we black people on this continent? It is so sad when I see Caribbean black people communities, how they are suffering. And they don't have an idea. They are stuck for years and they'll never get out of that slavery, social slavery, economic slavery, political slavery, habitual slavery. They are habitants and inhabitants of former colonial masters and colonies. And they'll never get out of it unless me and you, we speak about it and we have what we call black immigration reset. As Marcus Garvey stated it earlier on, even though his dream died, he's still living today. It's me and you. Hit that subscription button, subscribe to the channel, let it grow, like and share. Leave a comment behind. I want to hear your thoughts and your views on this matter. Because this matter seems to be very, very wide and complicated. It's not what we think, not what we know. It is something else. And we have to come together and do it. Have a good day.